guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and on today's show we're going to be talking about the new hostiles, the Assimilated Hostiles that was released in patch 72, which was literally at the time of recording only yesterday. And we're going to look at how best to beat them and what value do these hostiles actually have and what they're for. And we're also going to throw in the new speed up system as well, which we'll show you towards the end of this video. But if this video is something that you'll end up liking, or you end up liking by the end of it, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So without further ado, as you can see, we've got the Vorcha on dock A ready to go out, and I'm going to actually start with a crew loadout that you could potentially use. Now for these new hostiles, you can use basically any PVE crew that you like. It's entirely your discretion. Me myself, I will be using, for the purpose of this video, I will be using this particular loadout. So obviously I've got Janeway and the Doctor for synergy, and I've got Data on the side for some more extra isolytic damage to go along with Janeway's. Below deck I've got critical chance, which in Hugh, obviously he's your top PVE below deck officer if you do have him. And then obviously I've got Neelix. Technically I could switch Neelix out with Nurse Chapel if I wanted to get the extra isolytic damage, but to be perfectly honest, I'm going to take, at the minute, I'm going to take the burning. Whether that's an effective way around it, possibly not actually, because I think I can't remember what I'm getting from my artifacts in return for burning with an isolytic, but obviously Nurse Chapel is going to give me a relatively nice 15% of isolytic cascade when she does proc. But of course at the minute, because my Vorcha does not have the slots, I can't do it. Now obviously me being an Ops 53, obviously I've got this, but there are other ships that you could potentially use, such as like the Newton if you are 36 or 46, sorry, or one of the 46s. I've got decent. You can use your Tribune. To be honest, you could use any of your faction ships that you so wished. But obviously for the purpose of this video, I am going to use the Vorcha. Now there is another loadout that you can use, but please bear in mind that this is very niche specific. Here, as you can see, I've got the Strange New Worlds crew, and more potentially is for Spock. With his ability, he needs to be on an Explorer, hence why Voyager is an Explorer, but you're going after interceptors. Now there'll be a reason why I do not recommend going after the interceptor hostiles on this one, but again, that's going to be down to your personal preference. And again, my Voyager is tier 11, so with the new stuff that's been released this month, yeah, that's not far off actually being ready, almost ready for those pillars, but that will be discussed in a separate video. So what other crews could you potentially use? If we just quickly go back into management, I do apologise for any delays. I'm having a little problem. As you can see, I've got the signal bar up. But other PVE crews you could potentially use. Let's have a look down my list. I've got this one here, which is Janeway, Tal, and a burning officer. I'm not going to specifically say GG. You can use Nero if you wanted. If your Neelix is tier 5, I would definitely recommend tier 5 Neelix. Put Neelix below deck and pretend... Oh, no. Actually, correction. Forget that idea, because Neelix does not work with Tal. So, and I'm not even going to edit that out, because that is actually very important that I made that mistake and then corrected myself. Obviously, there's a full loot crew as well, should you wish to use that one, with E Picard, E Data, 5 of 11, Data below deck. Sorry, the Doctor below deck. And obviously, but as you can see with a couple of PVE crews I've got here, obviously don't forget this one, that's specifically Voyager. Hugh is prominent on those particular 4 that I've got. But for the lower level hostiles, Pipe Moreau Chen, Pipe Moreau Talan Kath may be a viable option should you wish. So realistically, it's entirely up to you what kind of PVE crew you find actually far more effective against these things. You will need to run various tests, because obviously one other thing that you need to work out is how far up these systems you are going to go. Now, as you can see, I've gone up to level 50. Technically, with my Vorcha, I can. Let me just see. No, I can't get there. That's 430. But I can go to the 54 system if I wanted to. But these things are incredibly powerful. They are incredibly powerful, but they are assimilated. Now, what I've decided to choose is I'm going to choose the difference between the 46, 48 and the 50s, and we are going to use the Vorcha to do these in particular runs. Now, where you're going to find these systems? Well, as you can see, it's on the west hand side of Federation space, and with Delphic Expanse right here, and your little Christmas tree pointing up towards Dominion space. Texas space is up here as well, but as you can see where the line is drawing on these, so if we just zoom into a couple of systems for it, you got Neither, the level 30, which takes you into the Bajoran and Cardassian space, and then Kajal, which leads in the way as well. Then obviously you got these two particular systems, but yet for some reason there's a nice big line here. Where's that connecting to? Okay, that's not connecting to anywhere specific, so we don't need to worry about that particular line. But as you can see, then it connects into the Viridian system and Amagosa as well. Now, these two particular systems you will remember from the Star Trek Generations film released, what is it now, 40 years ago? Bloody hell, that's a long time. But the one thing as well, I am going to bring this up as a little bit of a touch to Scopely be sticking with some canon here. If the oh, it bloody loaded there. So let's try again. Go into the system, and is the Nexus right here, right near Viridian 3. Now that is a nice touch, the fact they've actually put it there. And then of course you got Viridian 4. Also, if you just noticed that the Armada started there, there's a new symbol appeared on the banner as well, so we'll throw that one in as well. Now these are new hostiles to a certain point. They are around Syndicate thugs, but what they're going to pay out is pretty much just resources. If we just take a look at this battleship, that's potentially dilithium. Yeah, dilithium, so which means the Explorer will be steel. So let's actually send the Vorcha out to the first system. Like I say, we're going to start with the 46 system and go from there. Okay, so we've arrived in the first system of Bricard, the 46, and as you can see, there are a number of hostiles in here ranging from all three classes. So let's just quickly go through these, if we can just get one selected, go through these ships. Let's do it through this scan mode so we can actually go through a bit more details with them as well. So as you can see, this is the 46 Battleship. As you can see, it's like 500 million power. These are strong, but do not worry too much because your PVE crews will be pretty good with them. Now, I will tell you where that the loots that you're going to get these things is going to go from, so do not worry, we will be following that path as well. But if we actually look here for this battleship, this has a chance to apply burn-in. Yes, burn-in. Now, the interceptor can apply hull breach to it, to you, so bear in mind it's for you, and also the explorer can proc morale to itself. So, and then obviously its main ability is for the battleship is increases its standard damage by 15% for 2 rounds every time it hits with a weapon while the player is burned. So while it's your burning, once it's procced burning on you, it's going to just increase its weapon damage, and I do believe it stacks as well. So here's the loots that you're going to get, which is these chaos modules, and as you can see it says use to claim bundles in the Continuum Refinery. We will go into there, do not worry. And a mega chest. Now for every single hostile, if we jump into my battle logs, what you will find from all these assimilated is you will get a chest. You will get one. Now, I just need to clear my... sorry, the game's being a little bit slow for me because obviously it operates in OBS, and this on my slower laptop is not the best option. But here we go. So here we've got 4 chests, and as you can see there, I've walked away with 4,000. Now, let's not take that for gospel. Let's have a look at these particular hostiles. So we're going to quickly have a quick look at the Explorer. As you can see, here you go, applies morale to itself for the rest of combat, and then this one increases isolated damage for 15 rounds every time it hits with a weapon while having morale. So realistically, for a change, the Explorers have actually been made the big bullies in this one. And then here's the Interceptor. Here again, applies hull breach to you for the rest of combat. And then obviously when you have got hull breach, increases its own critical chance by 10% for each round. However, this hostile's critical damage cannot fall below 150%. So if you do have any officers that can reduce critical damage, there is a limit on how low it will go. So predominantly the best ones to go after in this is the actual battleships, but at the end of the day, if you're using a Strange New World crew, it's entirely your discretion. Now, there he is. Oh, we've got 2 battleships surrounding him. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick this one off. Now, the rewards as well do vary as well, and apparently I don't want to attack it. So the rewards do vary from target to target. It is that fluctuating thing, which is something we've not got used to over the last year, where we've had consistent rewards. But as you can see here, if you just see just above my head here, I got the 111. Now, that's all well and good. Let's see, where do we take this? Well, you're gonna go into the Continuum Refinery, as has already been mentioned, and you go into here and you're gonna get these 2 particular chests. Now this one, we'll start with this because we can't do this one, is using what is known as the fragments, and obviously you'll get these once you've collected all the shards or something for the chaos tech, which has been introduced. Again, this is a new thing brought in, which is basically the same as of forbidden technology, but it's different at the same time. And here is the loot that you get, and as you can see, it's all guaranteed, so not an absolute problem. But this is the one that I can go in. So as you can see here, this is what I'm going to get. This is using the loot that you get off the hostiles, and the cost here across the bottom, 10,000 or 50,000 for 2 chests. 50,000, really? But hey, 10,000. So I need 10,000. So let's just quickly claim this one. Is there a cooldown? Don't actually know, because obviously we've only just got this. So let's have a quick look, and yes, there is a 20-hour cooldown on it, so that's not particularly too bad. But we saw how much I've actually got in loot on this. If we could just, you know, call it up. Thank you. 111. That's what the hostile gives me. So realistically, to do, I'll tell you what, let's actually get the calculator on this one as well. Okay, so we need 10,000, don't we? And what we're going to do is we're going to divide by this particular one here. So realistically, to do these 46s, then I need to kill 91 targets. Now, say 90 targets, because obviously there is going to be some hostiles where the loot's going to be slightly higher. That is a hell of a bloody grind, Scopely. A hell of a grind. So, how do we get round this one? Well, to be perfectly blunt, it's going to be the mega loot chest. If we open up the chest, 700. Now, let's get that calculator back up, okay? Let's get it back up. So, let's go back to the 10,000. Divide by 700. 15. We'll say 15 targets I'm going to need. 14 maybe. Depending... Well, actually no, yeah, 15. That is it. 15 targets I need on this. So realistically, it's like the mirror universe. Hostiles are great, but it's the mega chest where the loot is at. That's what it is. It's like the mirror universe. So let's jump up to the next system. Obviously, you want to try and hit as close to your target as possible. But I'll tell you what, let's just jump straight to the 52s, right? The 50s, because as much as I can hit the 50s, I don't last very long. Okay, so here we are in the level 50 system, and if we take a look at this battleship here, that's nearly 1 billion power. Pretty damn strong. And the amount of loot this is going to give me is 220. Now that's a hell of a lot better. So if we actually just look at that one, 10,000 divided by 220 is going to give me 46 kills. 45 to 46 kills to actually do. So we'll go kill it. Because obviously that's still quite a lot of grinding to do. But when you actually look about how much damage I'm going to take here, and if we just watch the bar for the battleship, yeah, I've lost half my hull, and that's with a decent PVE crew. So, max loot crews would be good against these things as well, but you're not going to be able to hit very, very high. So if I try to hit higher than a 50, yeah, I'm going to take a hell of a lot of damage. So it basically comes down to this loot chest. What's this one going to give me? Well, 1,200. That's less than 10 kills. Way less than 10 kills. In fact, we can do this on my fingers. So we've got 1,200, 2,400, 3,600, 48, 6,000. 6,000 is 5 kills. 72, 84, 96, so just under the 10. So realistically, 9 kills. Okay, it's not much less than 10, but 9 kills, and I'm done. Now, obviously, you've seen the amount of damage I've taken, so realistically, I can't actually take on too many of these, because it would just be a complete and utter waste of resources, really, having to send the ship in, especially when this thing's costing me 1.5 billion to repair every single time. My Newton would not stand a chance against these things. So 46s, yes, I can go kill quite a lot of them. 50s, 2 kills at a push, 3 at a really big push, but I think the average one here is definitely going to be, for me, it's going to be the 48s. Jumping in here, we'll pick a ship off. Oh, we're going to pick an explorer this time. Again, this one's going to give me around 168, so we know that's going to be between the 45 and the 90 mark. We don't need to do the math on that one. What we're looking for here is the mega chest. How much is the mega chest going to give me? There we go. And as you can see, I didn't take as much damage. Yes, my shields took the damage, but yeah, it's the hull you mostly want. So that's 1,000. So that's 10 kills. That one's going to be 10 kills. So realistically, it's entirely up to you how you do it. But punching as high as you can, but at the same time as low as possible, to make sure you get the the right number of kills. Now I'm going to send this one back home so we can show you the next bit. But yeah, so realistically, it's a bit like the Zindi reptilians. You're having to punch down to make sure you get the recommended amount of loot. But at the same time, the Mirror Universe way, when the chest actually pays out a significant value, which makes it easier to do the grind. So on one hand, yeah, you're thinking, what a bloody grind I've got to do. 90 kills, 45 kills. But when you look at your mega chest, oh, I don't actually need to do as much as I thought. Now, like I said, the refinery pays into the new Chaos tech, which is coming. We'll just quickly go over this as well once it loads. Whee! There we go. So now, first thing on this screen, what you'll find up here is the button to switch between Forbidden Technology and Chaos Technology. Again, you do need to unlock the slots, and as you can see, it's going to cost me 3,000 fusion rods to actually do the Vorcha. So there's nothing I can do at the minute. And of course, we've only got the 4 tech at the minute. Now this one, if you buy the Elite Battle Pass, is available as a full pull in step 2. So literally day 1, if you buy the Elite Battle Pass. We'll show you that in just a second. But yeah, you'll have to see what your value is. I thought if anything they'd actually do this common here, because it is for a change. We've actually got a common, which is very uncommon for us. And then obviously just jumping into this quickly, which is your idiot guide. So here we go, 2 pages. So obtain Chaos Tech in the store, Battle Pass or Refinery. Defeat the assimilated ships found in the Amagosa and beyond. Earn Chaos Tech to customize your fleet and enhance your playstyle. Add them to your ships and upgrade to unlock a new passive ability and several passive stat boost bonuses. So the one that we're going to be getting is aimed around fighting non-Armada hostiles at the start of each round, increasing isolated cascade by X%. So this is going to be 1% at the beginning. And then for levels 2 and 3, you're going to be getting against the Texas class hostiles, increasing the amount of loot you get in, and then increasing apex barrier, so you can survive longer. The Q cannon is going to is your general PvP, sorry, against players. Each time you score a critical hit, reduces their base weapon damage for 2 rounds by X%, and then you've got increase, reduce critical damage, and then increase your base damage. The Temple Conduit then is fighting Armadas and hostiles at the start of each round, applying Hull Bridge for 2 rounds, and then it's against the Zindi hostiles, so you're going to get an increased loot from the hostiles and apex barrier against them as well. And then the Thought Maker, of course, is apex barrier against non-Armada hostiles for 5 rounds, and receives the amount of resources your ship receives from non-Armada hostiles. So Chaos Tech, not particularly too bad to begin with, but it is what it is. So here comes the next big bit then, is going to be the repair. So as you can see, this is telling me it's going to take 5 hours or 1 million. It's costing me $1 billion just to repair a 50% hull. So obviously going through your normal way, clicking the request help, go on to speed up, and then you're getting this new smart speed up button. Obviously what that will do when you click it is it's going to select the number of speed ups that it's going to take to actually complete the repair. Obviously you can click here to do not show again, click on that, and then it's going to bring you down. As I said in the patch note, is it going to do this? Yes, it did. It brings you just into the free part, not wasting any additional speed up. So there you go. So that's my ship fixed with a nice big hull breach in its mid hull there. Nice, thanks very much. So that's it. That's the new hostiles and where they actually lead. It's nice I don't have to kill as many, so I can go out and kill these 10 of these without an issue. Then any loot that's left in my cargo hold is just a bonus on top. So, but obviously if I wanted to try and go for the 2 chest pull every single day, then yeah, I would have to grind out a lot more of them. I'd probably say on the range of around about 40 hostiles. Whether I could kill 40 in the 48 is another story. But anyway, thank you for joining me on this one of the quick look at the hostiles. I do actually like them. I do like the chests on it. I definitely love that smart speed up. The chaos tech is something we're going to have to look at and see how it is. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm Admiral Pegasus. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.